Let's get some analysis on this from Aly Khan Satchu. He joins us from Nairobi and is a geopolitical and economic analyst. He's also the founder of Rich Management Limited. Ali, great to have you on this program. As we heard there, many of the revelations that have come out are really not illegal all over the world. So why are they so significant?
So absolutely, these are not, in the instances that I've seen, these are not illegal acts, but what they show us are a number of things. They show us that if you have the wherewithal, you can escape taxes, you can hide your assets, and you can be treated substantively better than the average citizen in your own country. So this is a way of gaming the system, and I think that's why people have had this reaction to these revelations. That the wealthy, the ultra-rich are paying different tax rates to the rest of us. They're able to safeguard their assets in a completely different manner. And then beyond that, I think the issue is when you look at the optics of these numbers, that's where it's becoming quite embarrassing. Where was this money derived from? How was it created? Was it truly entrepreneurial activity? Or was it taking advantage of people's positions to basically earn them? And I think that's really the key issue that we got to ask ourselves.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions that are obviously arising from this, particularly with regarding the world leaders that these revelations have come out about. Do you expect any action to be taken? I mean, we've heard from some countries, like Imran Khan has said, investigations will begin. We've heard denials from Jordan's King Abdullah. But do you expect it to go any further than that?
No. I think what we've learned in the last 5, 10 years is that absolutely nothing is being done about what is quite egregious. And in fact, this sort of scenario has been exacerbated in the post-COVID economy, where the rich and the very rich have got much richer, the middle class is being eviscerated, and the lower class are being hammered by higher prices all across the board. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a will to do anything about these things. It's as if we watch a drama, it's a circus. We've voted in clowns, and what you get is a circus, and absolutely nothing's going to be done. There's simply no consequences to this, unfortunately. And in fact, these numbers that we're seeing are a drop in the ocean. I mean, they're not really the true figures. It's a small slice that these papers have exposed, but the actual picture is a much bigger one, and the sums involved are a multiple of what we're seeing here.
Ali, I have to say it's really quite depressing and sad to actually listen to that when we see so many people in the world. You're in East Africa. That region alone, there are so many people who are in desperate need of just basic food aid, for example. And then you've got the very wealthy getting away with not paying taxes, with being able to hide their money, and it's all legal. I mean, what's it going to take for global financial structures to actually take action here? Or is it a case of, you described earlier it being a circus, that the ringleaders of the circus just don't really have the will to do anything because they benefit just as much?
Absolutely. It's not just a question of Africa, and I'll get to Africa momentarily. Pretty much most of world systems have been corrupted, in whichever way you care to look at it, whether it's Russia, whether it's the United Kingdom, whether it was the USA. In Africa, it's particularly egregious because the sums are so huge, and what it means is our people are so poor, and simply huge amounts are being exfiltrated from the continent in so many different ways, not only by our leaders, but by multinationals and by a bunch of different types of things that are happening. Now, the question is, will anything be done? You're asking. Really, it has to be done in country. It is people who've got to say to themselves, we're short of money to feed our people. 2 million people, for example, in East Africa are starving right now. What's being done about that? Where's the money to deal with that? And I think, there is an awakening that's got to happen at some point. I'm just not sure when it's going to happen. And I don't think it's just about Africa. I think it's about the entire world. When do people wake up? And when does the penny drop? And when is something done about it? I think we're a long way away from that, I'm afraid. And that's what makes me a little bit depressed. And then, this will blow over in a couple of days and everyone will forget about it. And that's where we are. And it's very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate indeed. A global awakening, as you say, so desperately needed for everyone experiencing this. Aly Khan Satchu speaking to us from Nairobi. Great to have you on the program. Appreciate your time. Thank you.